kindness is always the right response. Today on Fortitude Through Stoicism, and this is my 365-day journey of implementing the ancient philosophy of Stoicism into the life of this modern masculine man. And if you remember from previous videos, this is my good friend Troy, who was the one that introduced me to this exact philosophy, which is, as we know, changed my life. So, today's topic, kindness is always the right response. In full disclosure, I skipped this one and I'm re-recording because I'm not so sure I'm into this 100%. So we're going to see what my man Troy here says. So before we get started, the quote, Marcus Aurelius, kindness is invincible, but only when it's sincere with no hypocrisy or faking. For what can even the most malicious person do if you keep showing kindness and if given the chance, you gently point out where they went wrong? Right as they are trying to harm you. Okay, Marcus Aurelius. So I struggled with this one. So you've been in the Stoic path a little longer than me. Is kindness always the right response?
So I'll struggle with it as well, and I'll say I do agree with it. And, it was probably recently that I learned there's a difference between being kind and being nice. And, nice is one thing, and nice is usually an act, and people will act nice, and people will put on nice, but people are truly kind. Like, if you go out of your way to do something, you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart. You're not putting on an act. Now, some people will put on an act, and again, they're acting nice, but they're not truly kind at that point. So I think kindness is more of an innate, like, you have to develop that. Like, kind of like integrity. Nobody's around you to tell you to do this or do that and do this way and don't do that way and don't wrong people or whatever. But you do it because you will have integrity. And the same thing with kindness. Nobody's going to tell you, hey, you see somebody struggling and you help them out. Just out of the kindness of your heart. Like, fuck, man, that would suck if that was me. Like, I know it's not me. I know that I have the capabilities of not being in that area and be grateful at that. But at the same time, I can be kind and just extend that to them because whatever it is, they're hurting at that point and they're struggling as well.
See, therein lies, right? That's the perspective from an emotion-based thinker. They're hurting, right? Mm-hmm. And so he sees their pain. And so, again, he offers that kindness because he can feel or sense their pain. For me, it comes down to respect, and that's why I struggle. As a logic-based thinker, I think this person did me wrong, so why should I give them any energy? They don't even deserve my kindness. Now, again, logically, that's what I'm saying. That's why, as a Stoic, we really have to reflect. And if the goal of Stoicism is to achieve eudaimonia, which is this peace and serenity, I guess the question I have is, how can I possibly have peace and serenity if I'm angry at someone or malicious? I mean, I would have to give them kindness for forgiveness so I had that peace.
Correct. And let me ask you this. Do you believe that everybody that has wronged you has done it with malicious intent?
No.
Okay.
No.
So can you see that people and even ourselves can wrong somebody based off of a history or a story or my own fucking breeding of what was taught to me, and then look at that a couple days later or even moments and be like, fuck, I fucked that up. Like, I shouldn't have done it that way. I did it like this and I didn't mean to do it like this. So even though it's in the moment, your reaction is in the moment, well, that doesn't, it doesn't stop what they did, but at the same time, it might give cause to a reason behind what that was, as like, I can understand you doing this to me because I understand the suffering that you've had, because I too have suffered and I too have lashed out at people, so it's like that type of a mindset, seeing it from the other person's angle as opposed to how it just affected me only.
So there's the struggle, right? Because there's where Stoicism comes in. Our natural reaction as humans, if someone's doing something malicious to us, is to have a reaction.
Yes.
Stoicism teaches us, well, okay, I accept this situation. I understand that this person's doing something to me, but I'm not going to allow that to affect my emotions. I am in turn going to do the right thing, justice.
As your control.
In my control, do the right thing and offer that kindness. And it is a form of peace.
Because here's the thing, if you react, you've given them your control.
You're
reacting to them. So by not reacting, again, the Bible, as we were kind of joking around before we got started with it. And I'm not saying that I'm this huge, that I dig into the Bible, but I do read it, I do enjoy it, and I do like that type of aspect of it. And there's that Christ-like approach, like when they were coming to take him and his men were going to take up arms against the soldiers, and he was like, no, just, the same thing like Stoicism. When they put you on trial, okay, well, we're going to put you in jail. Okay, then you put me in jail. Well, then I'm going to execute you. Then you take my life. My job is just to die. That is my job. My job is to die
Seneca.
My job is to die as a just man dies. That's my job. Your job is to kill me.
Excellent point. Amazing point. Shit. So for me, guy who likes control, right? He just showed me an interesting perspective. For me, it's maintaining my control by offering kindness. If I offer retaliation of anger and negative behavior, I'm giving them my control. AKA, now I give them the ability to rent space in my head for fucking free, which is what we don't want to do, which is my whole purpose of doing this. So where I struggled with this, I needed a different perspective because I wasn't seeing it. Truthfully, I was not seeing it. So I literally shelved this one. This is May 12th. It's the 19th. I shelved this until we could actually have a good conversation about this.
There you go.
So I appreciate that.
I appreciate it too, because it makes me look at it as well as I'll speak it out and I have that understanding of it, but also as I speak it, just like anything else, and I'm not that I'm teaching it to you, but I'm also kind of just teaching it to myself in a way.
Always
and
the students.
It gives me the opportunity to even understand it at a deeper level and look at it and see, I see it play out. I see it play out. And, by seeing it play out in my life, that allows me to make the corrections. Because as we were talking last night, there's no destination. You're not going to be a stoic. You're never a fucking stoic. You're just trying to become stoic. So you ain't getting there.
Interesting. So this is the theory, right? This is the discussion of philosophy. But as I talk about every time I open these videos, it's the practical application. So I'm committing that the next time somebody fucking pisses me off, like they did over the weekend or my last training event, I'm going to show them kindness. I'm going to smile. And I'm going to offer them some type of politeness, some type of kindness, and I'm going to disengage. So that's my commitment. And on that, you guys have the most amazing day.